Go.
All right, so check it. You know, we was at the house the other day talking about this whole event coming together.
Right.
I was thinking, what if we had our own dream track and a dream show? So here's what I'm thinking, though, right? As far as the MC goes,
Right.
my favorite right now would have to be Elzai. So if there was some production behind it, who would you have?
Ooh, Elzai on production. Yo, Large Professor.
Oh, nice.
but a mid-90s Large Pro.
Aha, I got you. Old boom bap style, right?
Specific.
Right. So I mean, let me cut you off. But if we were to do like a live show,
Right.
and we needed somebody to go ahead and do that naked beatbox,
Okay. Yeah, I think I would have to go with Kenny Muhammad.
Kenny Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
That's pretty dope. I mean, what do you think about that?
Wait. I haven't heard anybody say any ladies' names.
Right.
Come on. You can't leave out the women.
So who would you
We in
choose?
hip-hop, too.
So who would you choose?
For what? You want me to choose for the
Rhyme.
MC?
Yeah.
Feature.
Yeah.
Hands down, it's got to be either L Boogie or Queen Latifah.
Ooh, dope.
All right.
Dope. All right. So check. We still on a live show bit, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if we had somebody on stage, you know, tagging it up, or to do the album art or the press up flyer
No doubt.
for it.
Okay.
Who would you have do that as the graph artist?
Since we're on the West Coast, have to go old school, Chaka. You know, all city, all state. Y'all don't know. Y'all need to read something.
Yo, but if you're on stage, what about dancers? What about breakers?
Dancers. Only B-boy that I think right now, Ken Swift, hands down. I have Ken Swift. Simple as that.
Be more than one track though. You said Large Professor.
Okay.
What about another producer?
Dilla.
Dilla?
Jay Dilla? Well, you know, that just makes sense.
Or
Maybe
Jake
Jake One.
Okay.
So if you had to choose somebody else.
Smooth feature, Krayshawn.
Right.
Wow.
I don't know where you came on with that.
Wow.
Fendi, Gucci.
But ladies and
Gucci,
gentlemen,
Prada,
welcome to
Louis.
88 Hip Hop.
No.
Never in life.
No.
Never in your life, ever again, will you ever mention somebody that,
She's from Cali.
I'm not going to say
She's
horrible.
corny.
I'm not going to say horrible.
Okay, all right.
What I'm going to say
You guys now, so you gotta get ready.
is just,
Intro's about to come on.
not very much. Ladies and gentlemen, B-boys and girls, welcome to 88 Hip Hop.
Bringing you the best in old and new from hip hop's B-side.
Coming to you live and direct from downtown Los Angeles at the Last Bookstore. I'm Ken178.
Yes, sir.
I'm Elise.
And y'all know who I am, the ever immaculate, ever talented Mr. Act Right. And behind me on the ones and twos, DJ, what's his name today?
Young Jacques Cousteau.
Young Jacques Cousteau on the ones and twos doing what he does best. And if you didn't know, we gonna get into a little something. The segment I'm hosting is Check Out My Legacy with West Coast Legends' own King T.
Okay. I'll be giving you 2 minutes of fame with Tayruo clothing line
Indeed.
and lifestyle brand. And I'm also going to be co-hosting with my man Act Right here, In Your Face,
Indeed.
with the legendary House Shoes. You know he
Yes,
got a
sir.
new album out, right?
No doubt he has a new album. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get with House Shoes in the break area. We're gonna talk about digging in LA between here and Detroit and just all around record things, you know? See how he do it.
Yes,
Pick
indeed.
his brain a little bit.
All right, so without further ado, we gonna do what we do best and let the mans on the decks does what he do next.
Wait. We got to make sure that the people know. Hit us up. Twitter.
Let 'em know.
At 88 Hip Hop. Hashtag 88 Hip Hop. Hit us
Please
up on
do.
those comments on the YouTube underneath. Talk to us so we can talk back.
Can I do what I do best now?
There you go.
So, DJ Jacques Cousteau on the ones and twos, please take it away.
Let it be. Let it breathe. Yeah. Let it bloom. Let it prosper. Let it manifest, you know. It's Tony. Ha! I know what time future is yet to happen. The present time is only as long as the moment that I'm in it. I'm feeling every millisecond passing. I ain't gotta glance at my wrist to understand where I stand. I am the true living, maneuver through a minute. Aware, awoke, I wore that watch out of a need for attention, not a need for a clock. The secondhand ticks, I let the light blaze, sporting in the center of my body like flames. The vibration induce a glow, so bright in the dark can make a rooster crow. Good morning, even when I'm moving slow, it's in divine order, something beyond the sky's border. I took my place in a constellation and spoke miracles out in conversation, y'all. Yeah, look alive, get involved, divine order, universal law. Right now, feel it in your core. Godspeed, not anymore.
B-side social stats.
Hey, I'm Elise, aka Funkadelic, hitting you with the B-side social stats for this segment. I'm just going to give you a little taste what's going on in the social media network. First and foremost, I want to give a shout out to Digital Underground. They just went ahead and opened up a Twitter account not too long ago, and they've been following people like crazy. So I know they got some new projects that you want to look out for. Follow them on Twitter. Also, I want to give another shout out to Killer Mike. Killer Mike has been real active on social media. I really appreciate how he engages with his audience. He talks to the people, gives the fans what they want. Doesn't matter if it's about music, politics, religion, anything and everything, he's talking. Follow him too. What else is in the news? Let's see. I also wanted to have a little caveat mention. Just like Killer Mike is super active, the other day, I'm new to Twitter, but I went to one of my favorite MC's Twitter page, Black Thought, Crickets. He's probably got 1,000,500,872 followers, but not a single tweet. Come on, my man. You gotta give us tweeters a little bit more than that. You mean I can't get nothing? No Instagram picture? No what you cooking grits in the morning? A little bit of the grits trickle down on your beard? I need something. Something. You gotta engage with the audience, my man. Another thing I want to give a shout out to is Snoop Dogg, aka Snoop Lion. Apparently, he has recently went on a pilgrimage back to the Rastafari motherland Mecca and decided to change his name from Snoop Dogg to Snoop Lion. Okay. He hasn't changed his Twitter name or his Facebook name or anything, so I don't know if I should take that very seriously, but I want to give a shout out to him. Also, shout out to Tony Monroe, who stays active on Twitter, always shouts out 88 Hip Hop, shows us love. Follow us, add us, talk to us so that we can shout you out on this segment as well. Thank you.
So whatever. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, what's good with it? You are at my favorite part of the show is check out my legacy. It's your man's Mr. Act Right. In this segment, what we're gonna be doing is talking to some of the head pioneers in hip hop. In today's case, we got my man, West Coast legend, King T. King T, introduce yourself to the good people.
What up? You know, the Liquid Crew official, King T in the house, chilling. You know how we doing.
Yes, indeed. So here's what we're gonna do. First question. What year did you officially start, like, just rhyming? We ain't talking about officially in the game. I mean officially, like, just start rhyming and just really taking a love to hip-hop.
Well, I actually started out as a DJ.
Nice.
Yeah, I started out as a DJ. By the time I met one of my partners, DJ Pooh and Scotty D, you know, and they were messing around with Uncle Jam's Army. They was in the Uncle Jam's Army crew, so it was too many DJs.
Right.
You know, so I just started rocking like an MC behind, you know, with the DJ, and they really liked how I sound, so I just got into it, did my thing, and that's how it was approached. You know, we started doing demos and things like that.
So you were already acclimated, album act full. Can you tell the listeners and everybody at home what emotions ran through your mind? Because I'm an artist myself. What emotions ran through your mind as you was getting ready to put out that first album? You're done. You recorded your official first, you know, your last song. You finished that up. Now it's just time for pressing and packaging, and you're getting ready for that release date. What was going through your mind?
Actually, I didn't really realize, you know, the magnitude of what was happening. I was happy, like, because I had put out 2 singles before, Payback Some Mother and The Coolest, and then I did a single with Greg Mack. So I was young, so I didn't really, you know, realize how big this was. I was like one of the first West Coast artists on a major label, signed to a major label, Capitol Records. But I'm not realizing what's going on. So when it released, it was just something different, you know?
Right. So I mean, when Ice-T being your mentor and all, what was some of like the key advice points that he gave you, like just to, you know, stay focused on your path?
Oh, you know Ice, man. He always got, he's gonna school you on something, but he pretty much, he liked my style and what I was trying to like. He just liked my flavor, and like, cause I was the type of party, you know, I like to party more than anything. So he just loved the energy and all that and the craziness. So he said, just go with it, you know what I'm saying, and make sure you represent.
So let me talk about style real quick. So after doing my little research and everything, there's an MC, rest in peace, that emulated your style a whole lot. What was that like to hear somebody? What was that like to hear somebody that got so much attention use your style like Biggie Smalls?
You know, people say that all the time. I don't really think he emulated my style. I know we were good friends, and we used to listen to the same type of stuff, and what I mean is I used to listen to him, he used to listen to me, and I think, you know, we just took. And, you know, because I think I kind of emulated him a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So, but people say he emulated me. But it's like, nah, I don't feel that. He just had he probably took something. He felt he listened to me a lot. And he probably just took some of the things, a little of this things, and formed his own shit. Right. You know, and created, you know, Biggie.
So there really was no, for lack of a better term, it was no jacking for style. It was just more so mutual respect for one another.
That's all media and all that. I don't think he got his style from me. I know we listened to each other. When I used to go to New York, he was, you know, we hung in Miami. You know, when he come out here, we hung, and that's just what it is. It was the same with Tupac, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, he had a cool little laid-back style, and that's how my stuff is. Just cool little laid-back, slow flow, you know, and that's it. Yeah.
All right, so you're attributed.
What it mainly is, it's about the voice.
Right.
It's about the voice. So they compared our voice. You know, they said he sounds like me and all that type of, and that's not true. He had a great voice in hip hop, so I could never take that from him.
Yes, indeed. All right, so let's take it into this direction. Stuttering like the mug. You're attributed with mentoring and being the guiding force behind the Alcoholics. What is that like, putting so much investment behind a group and then watching it grow into something way larger than you initially thought it would be?
It's a blessing, you know, and I'm proud of each and every one from the Liquid Crew. You know, everybody's doing their thing now, you know. The Alcoholics is doing an album with the Beat Nuts, a little project coming out called Lick Nuts. We just finished recording the Napalm album with Exhibit, and you know, that's fire. And me, the Liquid Crew got back together. Me and the Alcoholics and X did a song with Dr. Dre called Louis the 13th, and it's gonna be massive. Yeah, so it's cool.
All right, so speaking of projects, what is some of the stuff that we can expect to hear from King T within the next few weeks?
I'm throwing things out here and there through the internet, and I'm getting ready to release a mixtape called the Trifling Mixtape, with just me, just showing people I still got it, and rapping with some of my favorites, introducing some young new cats, from the coast and all that, and East Coast. I'm doing things with Sadat X from Brand New here. Hopefully, I'm trying to work with Sean Price and Special Ed and things like that. So it's gonna be massive.
All right, so as the older head giving some of the younger kids advice, what's one piece of advice you can give somebody trying to get into the game right now?
Don't quit your day job.
Don't quit your day job. Look, we're going to keep chopping it up here for a little bit. Y'all go ahead and get over to the next interview, and we're going to wrap things up here. Peace.
Now's my turn. I got furious styles like Larry Fishburne. With the bitches tuning me in like it's the young and the restless. Next up to bust my shit from the LIKS's. Yes, it's the fresh. Rough around the edges. I smoke you on the mic like
How you doing tonight, House Shoes?
I'm alright. How you?
I'm good. I'm hot, but I'm good. I wanted to ask you some questions. When I first walked up and I saw you today, the first thing I noticed were your house shoes and your whole get up. And I'm sure you have been asked this question time and time again, but I have to ask you, where did you get the name House Shoes?
I used to wear house shoes all the time.
Oh, okay.
It's real simple. It's kind of,
So
almost too obvious to be what it is.
I got another question then for you. In LA, one of our staples is the swap meet.
Right.
Do you have, because you're not official, unless you have a pair of the navy blue corduroy house shoe jump off?
I'm not official then.
You're not
I'm not official. No, the joints I used to rock, I was about to go away to college in '93, and my mom got me like an OG, like my grandfather used to have, like black leather with red plaid on the inside, and they were just mad comfortable. I wore them everywhere for the greater part of about 8 years.
Those are the luxury official ones.
$80 a pop.
Yeah.
LB Evans.
Those are.
If you want to know the house shoes wore, LB Evans, about $69.99 plus tax. I probably go through about 4 or 5 pair a year.
Yeah, you could probably get that Inglewood swap meet joint for like 2 for $5.
Better let them know it's a sauce swap meet all day. What's good with it, man?
Inglewood swap meet.
I had to wrap things up with King T. You know how it goes.
So
I got another question for you. Sunny California is very, very different from Detroit. So I'm a SoCal native. What vibe does Southern California and all this sunshine and good times give to your music and your production?
it hasn't really changed, honestly. I like dirt, and honestly, my shit, like the music I'm working on it's gotten a little dirtier since I've been here, honestly. You know what I'm saying? I gotta rep where I came from. I don't like
that dirty Detroit.
It's some good sunshine, bright, happy music out here. That's cool, but I'm gonna keep bringing the dirt. You know what I'm saying?
What segment in LA gives you the most inspiration? Like when I say you keeping it dirt, I mean what section in Los Angeles in particular do you look to get your inspiration?
I stay in Koreatown. I be at the crib. I get out. I go out if I'm getting some money, working at the club, or hitting the road. So I just, I like K-Town. It ain't too clean. It ain't too dirty. I got a family that I got with me, so we can't be too wild with it.
Have you been to the Boiling Crab in Koreatown?
No, I haven't.
Oh man, you gotta go.
Word. Okay.
All right. Keeping on lines of dirty. Right. I know you've been on Los Angeles public transportation system. So you gotta tell me what that experience is like for you, coming from Detroit. You gotta tell me what that's like.
It's cool, man. I like being around real people. You know what I'm saying? So I don't mind it. You get, people watching. Taking your surroundings through. It's like you're studying sociology on the way to work type shit.
Oh, I'm sure Detroit has a lot of that.
Yeah. I don't fuck with the bus in Detroit. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so you're a family man.
Yeah.
You got a kid now and a kid on the way.
On the way, yeah.
Yes, indeed. So I know it's a beautiful feeling, and it has to do something for you internally as far as your music goes. So in the realm of being a father, because my little brother's a father and he does production as well, it does something to his music. When you look at your kids growing up, does it affect your work in a positive way? One.
positive, because you know, it's now or never. You know what I'm saying? The name of my album has a whole lot of different meanings. Let it go, and one of those meanings is it's make or break now. Like, cat's been surviving off this shit for years, but my family need to be living real good, and I'll walk from this shit. You know what I'm saying? This is all I know in my life, 20 years as an adult. But you know, people out here get mad at the skinny jeans and trap shit and this and they all, you know, a lot of OGs and cats that come from the cloth of the real shit, like, you know, 89 through like 95 shit. I don't know why you're so mad. The music, that shit ain't for us. You can't get mad at what a 17-year-old or a 16-year-old is listening to. And if you do, it's gonna just make them like that shit more. So just, you know,
That's a good point.
Like so, speaking of technology, I remember when Serato first came out. A lot of my DJ friends was like, yo, this is so convenient because I don't have to carry my crates everywhere. But now it's to the point where a lot of new DJs look to Serato and don't even know that feel of carrying crates to a party and having, you know, now they just have the decks right there ready with the MP3s. What has that done in hip hop for you?
I mean, I don't know about what it's done in hip hop. My personal opinion on that shit is kind of whack, but it's the times, you know what I'm saying? One of the reasons there's way too much music out here right now, anybody can make a record because there's no investment. You download a crack version of Pro Tools, you get Serato, you can DJ at the shows, steal some beats off of SoundClick or rip the motherfuckers off of YouTube, make a mixtape, and you a so-called artist. Now, it was investment with us. You had to spend fucking $1,000 on turntables, $500 on a mixer, $200 at the record store every week. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I was having a conversation with somebody. I was telling them how I used to engineer, and they taught us that back in the day you had to splice tape. You could not just point
I
and
was
click.
cut and paste on the keyboard. You know, motherfuckers was cutting and pasting the
in
reels.
real-
You know what I'm saying? Super clean. Super clean. Crazy.
So you can live anywhere, because LA is not as dirty as Detroit. And I'm sure that wasn't your first choice when you decided to up and move from Detroit. Where else would you go?
Overseas. I wouldn't be in this motherfucker anywhere. Period. I'd be in Australia somewhere, maybe Vienna. I ain't really touched down too much in Asia, but Korea is crazy because Korea, every other person I met was from America. They just bring everybody over there to teach them English. Like, everybody's American over there. It's crazy. But I would say, you know, definitely some European shit. Maybe Spain, like, on the ocean or some shit.
You could probably get some really fancy house shoes over there.
All right, so getting into your album a little bit. Is the album like completely done, is ready to push out and everything? You still got some work to do?
It's out. So it came out June 19th. Yeah.
See how slow I am, people?
I noticed you got a lot of collaborations on your album. Obviously. So I wanted to know, how did you choose who to collaborate with, and how did you choose which songs, who was gonna get on what?
Well, one thing, I'm a producer. I'm not just a beat maker. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a DJ on top of that. So DJs that are producers always make better albums than producers that aren't DJs. Because the most important thing with my album was the movement of it. You know, how it moved and flowed. So I put all the beats. I put the instrumental version of the record together first. Because the music is the bed and it's the most important thing. And then everybody on the album is the homies. You know, it's personal shit. I could easily reach out to a lot of cats, but for my debut, I wanted to keep it my people. You know what I'm saying? So I had the instrumentals, I had the list of MCs, and it was like a diagram. Like, okay, yeah, they gonna sound good on this one. Yeah, Charlie's gonna go on that one. Woo, woo, woo. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So what was your favorite track to actually get into and work on that album? Like, despite what all the critics are gonna say, what was your personal favorite? Like, this speaks to me.
Critics ain't saying shit. Critics are saying they love it. Castles with Jametta Rose is my favorite by far, and it just happened to be the only song that I was actually in the studio to record. Because, you know, this is independent hip hop. We ain't flying cats out getting in the lab. I email the joints, you email me the vocals, we mix them and put them on. But yeah, Castles, that was, you know, that's from my man J1 who passed away last year. Real serious joint, real relevant to a lot of people. If you lost somebody, that shit'll definitely give you the wet face. You know what I'm saying?
I listened to it, and I did.
It's a heavy joint.
I did.
Had the wet face.
Yeah. Let it go. Cop that shit, or I'll fight you in the streets. For real.
That's what's up.
Okay, I have one more question, and it's kind of a little bit of a caveat. I
I don't even know what a caveat is.
Okay.
Is that like caviar?
Okay.
SAT words.
What is a Coney Island pizza?
Wow. You just pulled off some Nardwuar type shit. That's crazy. Okay, that's crazy. That's crazy. That was Nardwuar. Are you related to him?
He's my big brother. No.
Okay, so Coney Island. Of course, Coney Island. Detroit has the best Coney Islands in the world. Coney Island hot dogs, chili, onions, mustard, cheese, and all that. So there's some pizza spots back home that actually make a Coney Island pizza. And it's just like it sounds. It's a pizza with chili cheese. I don't like onions, so I don't get onions, but chili cheese, mustard, and fucking cut up hot dogs on that motherfucker.
And you eat that. That is meant to be eaten.
Yeah, 2 of them. Not slices, 2 pieces.
Oh, Lord. On that note.
See, I'm hungry now.
I got that scumbag diet, for real.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Where you been?
But hit that Detroit style Coney on Sunset. Like that's they get their hot dogs from the same spot that Lafayette Coney gets their dogs from with the Caribbean. It's major. Very major.
Definitely. Well, you know what? It's been my pleasure to actually sit here and share this time with you, brother.
Thanks for having me.
What we gonna do now? Thank you for coming through. What we gonna do now is get into the beat selection of our 88 hip hop. So we gonna get into what you do best, Ken.
No doubt.
My man, take it away, sir.
Word. House shoes, my man. Come through, talk about the records. Step over here by the tables. All right, no doubt. Like I said, know the album just dropped. All right, let's look at these records. All right, I know in particular you use Sunrise Limited joint. A lot of y'all may not know about that record.
I ain't use that.
No, you really didn't. I'm just saying, so here's the thing, all right? There's a new beat maker, next person coming up every other day. All right, you think it's saturating everything, or is it making you a little more competitive? Switch it up a little bit on them?
I don't pay attention to what anybody else is doing. You know what I'm saying? I don't get involved in that. When I make music, I'm just making music for myself, period.
No doubt.
So, but it's a lot of heat out there. It's definitely a lot of heat. It's a lot of mediocre shit. It's a lot of horrible shit.
Right.
And which is basically the same thing, because it's either it's great or it's garbage, in my opinion.
No, correct.
You know, but yes, some cats out here with some shit.
Word. All right, no doubt. You still you in the beat battles?
No, hell no. I never really did that shit. I don't,
You don't like to sway
I don't
the
do the
crowd?
do the competition shit. You know, I'll get up there and play some shit.
Word,
You know,
word.
check my shit out, but I'm not.
All right. Still digging? You dig?
Oh, of course.
You dig? How often you dig?
Definitely not as much as I used to with a family. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
But I pulled a couple pieces out tonight.
I saw them
Pulled some
joints.
Crazy
I saw
dollar
them
section
joints.
shit. Yeah.
Y'all need to come down here.
Yeah.
All right.
There's some heat down here. Last
word.
bookstore. Come get it.
No doubt.
Dollar records, heat.
$1.
I just found a $40 dollar record that's mint as hell. Period.
4 quarters. All right. House shoes. All right. No doubt. So let me ask you this. Your weapon of choice. There's tons of things out there. Some people pushing past. Some people on the computer doing their thing. What do you prefer? Hardware.
I have never used. I'm about to start playing with the machine, seeing what's good with it. But I need the physicality.
No doubt. You need the tangible.
I want to sample off of a record.
Yeah.
I want to pick the parts that I want to chop up and chopping them up like that. You know,
Word.
not press a button and fucking beat is done for you. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Let me see. A buddy of mine, you know what I'm saying, he wanted me to ask you a question. Nasty sounding crispy drums. What's up with the drums? Why the drums? Why they hit like that?
Combat, man.
The secret?
That shit is combat. You know what I'm saying? Like, Detroit is a fucking dirty city, man.
Word.
It's fucking grimy as hell. It's beautiful at the same time. It's kind of cliche term, the beautiful ugly, and the same shit, with the music.
Word.
We got that bang in it, but there's a lot of beautiful shit going on as well. But that thump is what, it's like the heartbeat of the street type shit.
No doubt. That's what's up, though. All right. The album just dropped, right? Yeah. Let It Go. All right, y'all need to go scoop that.
Let it go.
So
it's a good record.
It is a good record.
I'm not even trying to be funny, man. Yes Men are horrible. I listen to my music like I listen to everything. I don't be like, I just made a little beat. This shit is fresh because I made it. I listen to that, and then I listen to like some Pete Rock shit or some Dilla shit. Be like, nah, that shit was horrible. Turn off the machine.
No doubt.
It's a good fucking record, man, and it's worth your money. So go pay for it. I got a family to feed. Real talk.
Don't be going on MediaFire trying to cop it. Go and spend the $9.99 on iTunes and go pick it up on Wax. All right. That's how it go. All right. You got to support. Let me ask you this one though. All right. Red Bull. They had them seminars. Right. All right. He got the seminars. Do you think that's helpful?
Oh hell yeah!
mean-
It's education. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? The music education in this country is in the toilet, if not gone.
No
you know,
doubt.
damn near probably 80% of it. So
doubt.
people that are interested in it, they have an outlet to go and learn something. You know what I'm
Word.
saying? Plus they fly people out from all over the world. Some great music has come out of them sessions. Classic records. You know?
A word?
Oh yeah. Yeah, they do like a compilation at the end of every season that they
Right.
like give out the next year with all the applicants. Yeah, it's always heat.
No doubt.
You got the most, up and coming musicians from around the world that they handpicked, all in rooms making music together.
That's fresh.
Yeah.
All right. So let me ask you, trying to stump you here, because I know you've done a bunch of interviews, and cats always get up with the same questions over and over.
Right.
All right. Beat wise, right? When you choosing MCs, have you ever got somebody over a track that just spit straight garbage on some joint? You may have been like, yo, this is fire. It's okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Not that, maybe a couple times though, and that's
Yeah.
just getting the beat of that, and that's like, ask no questions, I tell you no lies, and like cut the check. They gave me some paper.
No
so
doubt.
You do what you
No
want
doubt.
on that. You could be horrible as long as you pay me.
Oh, no doubt. Word. All right.
Get that budget up. Got some heat.
No doubt. Man. Influences. I mean, who got you into making beats, transitioning?
Honestly, my boy Spot and Beej. Beej was on Welcome to Detroit.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the first cats I've seen making beats on the 4-track. I've been making
word.
beats as long as I've been DJing, since 93, 94.
Okay.
And you get the opportunity to see something, and it's not really that hard. We just looping up records, and put them on a 4-track. You know what I'm saying? My man DJ Dez, who used to DJ for Slum Village.
Right, okay.
He always had heat. I would always be up 6 o'clock in the morning, the sun's coming up.
That's
you know?
crazy.
So yeah,
That's crazy.
those are the three main influences, like primary. And then of course Dilla, Pete Rock, all the traditional,
No doubt.
Large Professor, everything you grew up listening to can't help but be an influence. You know?
All right. So with that being said, Dilla, Pete Rock, you just ran down many people's top 5. You got 3 of them in there. All right. Give me your top 5 all time.
Top 5 producers all time.
All time. I know that's subject to change.
Yeah,
but,
it changes daily. I mean, all right, top 5 all time. Dilla,
Okay.
Primo, Pete Rock, Madlib, Battle Cat.
Ooh, see, Battle Cat.
Battle
You know
Cat.
what I'm
If you don't know this, Battle Cat is so by and far the greatest producer of hip hop on the West Coast in history.
Word.
The only arguable second person you could bring up would be Quick.
Okay. No doubt.
Period.
Yeah.
And on some West Coast
No
shit.
doubt.
I think Madlib honestly got everybody beat just from the body of work that this cat just keeps on producing.
Nah, no
It's
doubt.
completely out of hand. You know
No
what I'm saying? Cats complaining about somebody making too much music. What is that?
Hey.
Why are you mad? Put out more records last year than 90% of rappers' careers.
80% of them was better than a lot of y'all out there.
Yeah.
But, that's just my opinion. So, all right.
I share that opinion.
No doubt. All right. Top 5 right now. What are you listening to right now? What moves you?
What am I listening to right now? I always blank out when somebody asks me that. Hold on, let me check. Let me see what we got in the phone. See what we got in the phone. Knowledge, definitely. I don't know if you know about Knowledge. Knowledge has been the soundtrack for me for a very good moment for about 3 years now. He puts out a new joint like every 2 weeks on his Bandcamp, like at least 6-7 joints.
Down with the
there.
Clip Mode? Clip Mode Collective?
He used to be.
Oh, he used to be? All right.
Yeah, they disbanded. That's
Okay.
a wrap. Okay, here we go. I would say Knowledge. We talking like bubbling cats or just
We talking
in the game,
about, yeah,
period?
we talking about right now, period.
Period. Jake
Yeah.
One, definitely.
No doubt, Seattle.
Jake One is my man. Man, it's so hard to name 5 cats. I mean, Dilla's still the best, and he ain't even been here for 6.5 years.
No doubt.
KT got some heat. 14 KT.
Okay.
Some serious heat. We working on some things. Who else, man? Knowledge, KT, that's 2. Shady, that's 3. Jake 1, that's 4.
Jake 1.
Oh no, it's kind of killing it right now. That's 5.
Oh no.
My man Quelle is killing it. That's
Word.
6. I mean, yeah, man, it's a lot of good music out here,
Nah, I
man.
feel you on that.
Rick Ross's album is great. Mr. Policeman is fantastic. I'm sorry. I can't even hate anymore. Real talk.
You can't hate?
I can't hate. Everybody's acting, man. They're all fake as hell. I mean, the history, the 95% of the shit we heard on records through our entire life listening to hip hop, that shit is all, like all that tough guy
True.
shit, that shit is
No
fucking
doubt.
phony as hell. These motherfuckers have all been locked up.
So Rick Ross.
Nobody in the game makes as good of a record as Rick Ross. Huh? You talking about in the game?
Yeah.
It's fucked up, man. He used to be a cop, but guess what? He can rap better than a lot of these motherfuckers, and he definitely has the best ear for beats in the game.
Wow.
That's
wow.
real talk.
Wow.
And I'm a hip hop motherfucker, but that's just period, point blank.
That's what's up. That's real spit.
And he might give you a ticket.
Wow. No doubt. No doubt. No doubt. All right. Man. Still digging.
Still digging.
Still digging
Still
heavy.
digging.
How many records you got? Approximate.
I done cleaned a lot of shit out. Probably about 7,000-8,000.
Left?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Predominantly.
Still buying though.
Still buying? Soul records?
Yeah, it's about 50-50 hip hop and breaks and shit.
No
Soul,
doubt.
jazz, funk, you know.
Because listen to the record, I caught a lot of soul joints on there. You know what I'm saying? Like the Time joint with the Steve Miller joint. Flipped it.
Yeah. That
Nutty
beat is
flip.
10 years old.
Nutty flip. What?
That beat is from 2002.
That's crazy. That's a nutty flip right there. So, but man, it's been good having you though, man.
It's been
You know
good
what
to
I'm
be here,
saying?
definitely.
House shoes,
Let it go.
let it go.
iTunes, all that. Rhapsody. Does that shit still exist? Rhapsody? Any digital music shit and any record store around you that carries dope, like new hip hop shit, they should have it. If they don't have it, tell them to order it. 5 copies. And bring all your punk ass friends to go buy it. Holler.
Don't be downloading it on MediaFire, none of that stuff. I know some of y'all do that, all right? People still
Some,
gotta eat.
nah, that's- most people do that
some,
shit.
all right?
It's like taking my milk out my fridge and then telling me how good it tastes.
That's not even cool. You know what I'm saying? People gotta eat. You know what I'm saying? House shoes gotta buy house shoes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotta buy James house shoes.
Word.
Yep, holla though. We out. I'm gonna go smoke
right.
a cigarette. Peace.
I mean, house shoes.
Easy.
So hey, we are here with Brian Waters from Tayruo Clothing
What's up?
Lifestyle Brand.
How you doing?
It's good to have you here.
Pleasure to be here, my.
Thank you. So I have a first question. Tayruo. It's a clothing brand and a lifestyle brand.
Yeah, we call ourselves. The name of the company is Tayruo Artistry. We call ourselves a creative lifestyle brand. Yeah, we just art, music, fashion. That's what we're about. Tayruo is actually a Japanese name. It's actually my grandfather's name. It stands for Sunshine Man. And we chose to name the company after him because in World War II he was locked up in the Japanese internment camps. And after the war was over, he got kicked out in the street. Government gave him $20. And from that point on, he basically became a successful artist and businessman up in the Bay Area. So
With $20.
$20 is his name. So
Goodness gracious. I wonder how far $20 can get us right now. Could you make $20 stretch if that's all you had today?
I don't even know what I'd do if I got $20.
Yeah, it
Go
was a
buy some
different-
food or something.
A different time. So what's the difference between a clothing brand and a lifestyle brand?
Well, like a clothing brand, it's not like a bunch of guys in a room trying to figure out what would be hot to put on a shirt and trying to sell it. At Tayruo Artistry, each of us in the company are artists, and we spend our entire lives following our dreams, and we actually live the creative lifestyle. So it's not actually just, t-shirts or hats or hoodies. It's an actual lifestyle that we promote, and basically is represented by the clothing.
Okay. So where can we find this clothing?
You can find Tayruo Artistry on karmaloop.com. Shout out to Karmaloop. We just got into Zoomies, which is a huge look, so shout out to Zoomies. You can also check us out locally in boutiques like Tradition, Attic, up in the Bay Area at Triumph, and various other boutiques around the nation.
Now, it's just you with us here today, but I know it's not just you involved with all of this.
Right.
So who are the key players of Tayruo?
Well, we have a big family, but the key players are myself, Deep Waters, my brother, Timothy Tayruo Waters, who's responsible for all the graphic art, as well as the oil paintings. My man, Prophet, who's a musician, MC, songwriter, and Murph, my boy from up in the Bay Area. And we got a whole team. We got Louisa, Jesse, Brandon, Brenda, Matt, they're gonna get mad at me, Brent, Blake, Josh, a whole team, a whole family, just following their dreams. And we're based out of North Hollywood now, originally from the Bay Area though.
That's right. Bay Area. Get hyphy. So you mentioned what Prophet does, you mentioned what Tim does, but what is your role? What do you do?
So for Tayruo Artistry, I'm the president. I'm also head of marketing and branding. And in addition to that, I'm also a music producer. Hip hop.
Okay. Hip hop.
Now I'm getting into pop and some R&B stuff, but hip hop is my heart.
Oh, no.
You have to not.
88 Hip Hop B-side. You can't throw in, but I do pop and...
Hip hop's my heart though. For real.
No, it's got to be if you're from the Bay Area. That's
Sure.
just part of it's in the water out there.
It is.
So another question, the art. You guys' art is dope.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Like I painted it.
I
Thank
know.
you.
I've painted one piece. It came out really
Really?
nice, but just
I gotta see that.
Just one. You should.
Yeah.
We could collab.
Yeah, let's do it. You and my brother can collab.
Yeah.
I wanna be
we
together.
are. He's gonna paint me.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I'd like to see
I
that.
digress. But what are some of the popular artists that you guys have worked with on the painting side?
My brother's gifted and been hired by a lot of people. Everyone from we just gifted Kobe Bryant the other week. Met him,
Oh,
which
wow.
was amazing.
Shout out to all the
Kobe,
Lakers fans.
Everyone from Diddy to Timberland to Nas to who else? Damian Marley.
I saw Diddy pose with a piece in an album cover or something.
Yeah,
like
shout out
that?
to Diddy. He was promoting his last album, and he had a whole promotional video, and it had the Biggie and his Diddy piece on the background in his house over his fireplace.
See,
that was
what I
that was a
need.
good look.
My A-list piece.
Yeah.
Next to me in 88 Hip Hop.
Yeah, but we get around though. My brother's he's he's been working real hard, painting up a storm. He's working on a new collection right now. He's probably gonna do an art show, I think in October. One up in the Bay Area for By Any Dreams Necessary, which is a great nonprofit that we're involved in that brings arts back into school. So he's doing a collection for that, and then also working on one down here.
And that's true hip hop. We have to remember that it's not just the glitz and the glamour, but it's also the grit and the grime and getting back into the culture
Exactly.
and the roots and giving back to the communities. So I really appreciate you guys' endeavors in that. Now
I appreciate you too.
Oh, thank you, Brian. Another question, how does hip-hop, you guys have so many different projects going on, how would you say hip-hop is the common thread in sparks that creativity in all of your ventures?
I'd say hip-hop, I mean, everybody involved in the company grew up on hip-hop. That's our number one love. I produce hip-hop. All of our pieces, whether it be art, our clothing, whatever, is always hip-hop music influenced. From our designs, I brought some shirts and some paintings here too. We can maybe get into a little later. I can show you, but everything we do, we grew up on hip hop, so hip hop's just in our blood.
Yeah. So I was talking to one of your other partners, Prophet, shout out to Prophet, and he was telling me that the beginning stages of a clothing line is kind of like how a hip-hop artist beginning stages with them putting out their mixtape. And I thought that was such an interesting analogy. How delve into that for me.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of similarities. I mean, if you're a new MC or producer or DJ, it's basically the same thing. When you're trying to put out a clothing brand and trying to get your name out there, you have to show and prove. You don't know anybody, nobody's heard your stuff or nobody's seen your stuff. You have to get out there and grind. You have to go door to door. You have to make people, listen to your shit or see your shit. And as you move up the ranks, then maybe you get into some major accounts if you're a clothing company, or maybe you sign by a major label, even though it doesn't really mean much anymore. But, you know, that's basically the similarity, just grinding it out, hustling, and, you know, going with the independence and then hopefully get major.
Yeah, I've been around you guys' movement for a while. It's been a while, and I've seen you guys slowly climb up. Sorry.
They're coming.
Technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. We are in Los Angeles.
Somebody's getting hurt.
You missed it. You missed it.
You missed all the sirens and the ambulance.
Yeah, we've been knowing each other for a long time.
Yeah. So I know it's been a long time coming, and I don't want people to think out there that this process is the overnight process, because the struggle is real in these streets.
Yeah, it's definitely not an overnight process.
Right. So what is the advice that you would give to some of the up-and-comers who also want to get their clothing lines out there in any kind of project, any type of creativity?
I'd say a few things. One, always create. That's one of our mantras at Tayruo Artistry, is always creating. So no matter what, always create. Two, you got to work your ass off, and you got to work smart, more importantly. And I'd say probably the key thing is networking. And that's something that I've heard a lot when I was younger. Oh, it's all about who you know. And I said, yeah, for sure. And I just went along my way, and I worked hard, did everything. But it really is about who you know. I mean, since I came here to LA, originally from the Bay, you know, with Prof, Tim, all these, we just started networking, and you know, it's who you know. It's who you know, for real. So I'd say work hard, work smart, never stop creating, network, and always follow your dreams, no matter what anybody says to you. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've gone in the store and they said, oh, it's a cool line sheet. Yeah, it's not, you know, the hundreds. It's not Crooks and Castles. It's not LRG. You know, it's just, but people are. It takes a lot for somebody to take a chance on a brand or art or whatever. Nobody wants to take a chance, so it's really difficult. You just got to keep going and keep believing in yourself, and eventually things start to click, and you know, the stars start to line and things start happening. But it's definitely a grind. It's not overnight. I've been at this for decades.
Can you show us some of your work?
Sure.
I want to see it. I haven't seen some of the newer stuff. Yeah, I know it's hot. I know this shirt is yours too.
Yeah, this one just came out.
And you changed the logo a little bit.
Yeah, this is the
I know one of these are for me.
I didn't bring it.
Oh, see how they.
You got
see?
though, right?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Shameless plug. Act right never acts right.
Right here, this one. This is our new logo. It's the T and the A, Tayruo Artistry. We coupled it with the A Tribe Called Quest.
Oh, I love it.
Thing. Yep. Yeah, man.
You know, I describe myself as a black intellect, but unrefined, right?
Is that right?
That's right. That's right. He gets a plug. I get a plug too.
Mine right here.
I'm gonna show you some art real quick here.
Yes, I want to see the art. Soon this is gonna be my face, my image that Tim has done. I'll help you out there.
This one right here. This is a popular one.
Ah.
This Pac right here.
Tupac Shakur. To live and
Tupac
die in
Shakur,
LA.
fan favorite right here. This is my brother's favorite artist. So he has a bunch of Pac
Okay, cool.
portraits. Here's a Nas. This one we actually gifted to Nas, and he was crazy. We got a video up online. You can check it out.
And you guys can all get these posters on their website. You guys can buy their clothing on their website, Karma Loop. They're in the stores now. You can go to their website and check out all of that stuff.
Tayruo.com. That's TERUO.com. And my brother's art at TimothyWaters.com. Here's B.I.G. Yeah, exactly. I brought this for you guys. This one's Biggie. We gifted this to Diddy. He was stoked because that's also featured in that video of his.
Okay, and one more before we go. I want to see that one.
Or you want micros?
No. I want that one. You guys didn't bring the one to Mac Dre?
We don't have a Mac Dre poster. We only have the original.
Oh, okay.
But don't worry, it's coming.
Yeah.
Mac Dre is one of my favorite rappers of all time.
I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself.
Actually did a track with him back in the day.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Tayruo, for being here. Make sure you guys go cop this gear because it's going to be hot. It is hot.
Tayruo Artistry. Shout out to 88HIPHOP. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you, Elise.
Thank you.
Good seeing you again.
You too.
Peace.
Rumors about the king that said that I was a front. All my rhymes so whack, all my guts so bunk. They said I live in a slum. My father's a bum. They said my sister's a crack kid. My brother's drinking rum, but I didn't let it bother me. Took my time, sat at the kitchen table.
Think you need to be over here, sister.
The black intellect.
Yeah. Oh, there she is.
I'm glad you can join us.
How you doing?
How
you
get up
doing?
off that little tiny bench?
It's your fault for sitting there. Anyway, did y'all have a good time today?
Yo, it was dope.
You had a good time?
Yeah.
Did I offend you?
No.
She's offended. Ladies and gentlemen at home, thank you for tuning in to 88 Hip Hop. Again, we got to thank our special guests, House Shoes, Tayruo, and of course, King T.
Shout out to all of you guys who've been interacting with us on the social networking sites, adding us 88 Hip Hop, hashtagging us 88 Hip. That's a mouthful. 88 Hip Hop, making comments underneath on the YouTube. We appreciate all that love and keep it up.
Yo, and if y'all want to see certain people on the show, make sure you hit us up on Twitter. Give us some recommendations. You know, also want to give a shout out to the Last Bookstore, downtown LA. Holding it down.
Go buy
Yes,
some books,
indeed.
y'all. They're only $1.
Only $1.
They're only $1, and I love the musty smell of an old book.
That's musty smell. Took it too far.
Yeah.
I don't think I like musty.
No, I
Yes.
like my books new.
Right.
No, you need character. Yeah.
Character something
Character.
else.
Okay. Shout out to all of our supporters. Thank you guys for participating tonight. Shout out to all of our guests, Tayruo,
And you know you gotta
House
thank
Shoes,
88 Hip Hop.
88 Hip Hop, and all the people who have passed the baton to us,
Yes,
from the
indeed.
old school to us now, the youth.
Oh, and speaking of thanking the back of the day, ooh, Seb, old school. I can see your thoughts, play 'em. Anyway, speaking of thanking folks from back in the day and today, we gotta say thanks to the Pseudo production team for putting this all together
No doubt.
and keeping y'all abreast of everything that's been going on here at the Last Bookstore. I need y'all to remember to please tune in. Oh, if you want to be a part of this, you can always come down to the Last Bookstore in downtown LA because, you know, we got a couple people here reading books, but we need y'all to be here getting live along with us.
There's no VIP around here, folks.
Unless you're
Just
me.
get in where you fit.
Unless you're me, then it's VIP.
Free parking after 8.
And make sure you go to 88hiphop.com. So everybody that's watching live, if you know somebody that needs to be watching this, we're going to be archiving our show. So go to 88hiphop.com. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our show for the evening. And remember, be battle ready. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
You dig? Oh.
Shout out. Oh,
Shout
you know
out to my
what?
brother, Mutan, and the antagonist.
Oh.
Shout out to
Don't let me step on your toes.
to Tony Monroe and her whole team Monroe and the Big Girl Cookies movement. I appreciate you, girl.
Real cookies. Shout out to Seattle, all my folks up in 253. You know, Tacoma, represent. All right.
I got a few shout outs.
Hold up, before you
He got
go.
his phone.
Before you go, you
got
got
his
hold up.
Yeah.
I gotta say what up to my man's Mr. Red, J Quest, DJ Rafiki, High Def Media, Lost Dialect Tribe, stand up. You know we in here, baby. Ah.
All right. I got to shout out Freddie Fox. You know why? Master Ace, Tony Monroe. You already shouted him out, right?
Ricky Waters and the one.
Yes, yes.
KJLH, hey, that's where I got my start out. So everybody at KJLH 102.3, y'all know what it is.
LA, right? June F. Kennedy for the websites. You know what's up. We also got Evil D. Anybody who knows about 88 Hip Hop knows Evil D's history. Shout out to you. Anyone else?
Yes, I want to give a shout out to the Graph Riders and the B Girls because we need some of that B Girl flavor on the
come
show.
through.
So hit us up because I can't be the only female on the show
It's not
repping.
bad being the only
It's not bad.
Real
It's not
writers.
bad.
Only
Real
female.
writers,
Yeah,
not
the
toys.
real
No
ones.
toys.
We don't need no toys.
Only hand
No
skills
fakes,
applied.
no frauds, no
doubt.
fallacies.
Definitely. Oh, I want to say hi, mama. Hi, dad. I love y'all. Thank you for making me and coming together and doing that thing.
Thanks, because my mom is also watching.
And
My
your
wife and my kid and the whole family and my dad maybe.
Do we have French subtitles?
Peace.
I don't think anybody heard you talk because you don't have a microphone. I have a microphone and he doesn't, so he has to listen to everything I have to say. Shout out to Mr. Rip.
Shout out to
Long Beach, California. She keeps the locks freshly twisted. I think I'm due this Saturday, actually. Oh, and shout out to Hip Hop National, as the young lady
Okay,
to my
I think-
right just said. I
think
keep
that's
talking
it.
for days.
No.
You already know I can.
We got to take
I
the
can
mic
keep on
from Mac
talking.
right
Look,
because he will go
if
all
you
night.
give me a mic, I'ma talk into it. Don't tell me.
You want to give us our outro? Talk on the out? Yeah.
Like I said,
Tell 'em
ladies and
goodbye.
gentlemen, this is 88 Hip Hop. Make sure you go to 88hiphop.com. If you stay battle ready, you ain't got to get ready. Let's go. go.
Crazy place, but my feet won't budge. And niggas always asking my grip on my blood. I am the place, but my feet won't budge. And niggas always asking my grip on my blood. I am the place, but my feet won't budge. And niggas always asking my grip on my blood. I am what I am. Places always can't stand. Places can't stand for more. So I crazy place, but my feet won't budge. And